meantime, we will focus and work hard and keep our nose to the grindstone. Right?
Absolutely.
Welcome to MsMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the film and television characters whose skill at their chosen professions is, to put it mildly, dubious.
You idiot! You nearly drank a beaker full of sulfuric acid!
Acid, eh? Gee, that would have been stupid.
Number 10, Rachel Green, Friends. For the record, we're not talking about Rachel's career in fashion, as she's actually quite skilled in that field. Instead, we're talking about her first job as a waitress at Central Perk.
Free sample of coffee.
Oh, good, because where else would we get any?
Oh, right.
Given how much time her friends spend at the coffee shop, Rachel regularly blows off work to chat with them. She ignores people wanting to order, forgets the orders that she does take, and generally just doesn't ingratiate herself with the customers. The service industry can be tougher than many give it credit, but Rachel still doesn't seem to make much of an effort.
Honey, I'm sorry, they were all out of apple pie. Someone just got the last piece.
Number 9, Guy Talk, the White Lotus. There are plenty of bad employees at this chain of luxury hotels, but Guy Talk really grinds our gears. A security guard at the Koh Samui, Thailand location, Guy Talk seems harmless enough at first. He's ambitious and also has a crush on fellow employee Mook.
ไปคืนนี้เลยไหมล่ะ ทุกคืนเลยก็ได้
However, between not taking her no for an answer and his incredible incompetence at his job, Guy Talk should definitely be fired. Getting distracted during a robbery is one thing, but leaving a gun out and then a guest stealing it? Get it together, man. Though his moment of courage, if you can call it that, in the finale may have been redemptive in his career at the hotel, he had to abandon his faith and morality to get there. Number 8, Johnny Utah, Point Break. He may have the most main character name ever, but Johnny Utah is a disgrace to the FBI. He's basically the poster child for what not to do when you go undercover.
Sure, it's a blast, but listen, I sort of screwed my knee up yesterday.
Oh, yeah, I noticed you limping, but hey, don't worry about it, bro. Don't worry at all, because we're not gonna land on land.
Oh, well, fine then. I feel so much better.
When infiltrating a gang of surfers turned bank robbers, you probably shouldn't form a bromance for the ages with the group's leader. You also probably shouldn't let that leader go multiple times, with the final time leading to his death instead of his arrest.
Vaya con Dios.
Oh, and Johnny also does perhaps the dumbest thing anyone undercover can do. He tells his target he's an FBI agent. That could so easily have gotten him killed.
I know you want me so bad it's like acid in your mouth, but not this time. Adios, amigo!
Number 7, Jiminy Cricket, Pinocchio. Granted, acting as someone's conscience is a pretty vague job description, but Jiminy Cricket still manages to fail at just about every turn.
Maybe you and I had better have a little heart-to-heart talk.
Why?
Well, you want to be a real boy, don't you?
Uh-huh.
All right. Sit down, son.
He may be assigned to keep the titular wooden boy on the right path, but Pinocchio ignores just about every piece of advice that Jiminy gives him. The cricket's lack of persuasiveness sees Pinocchio end up turned into a donkey and swallowed by a whale. And worst of all, it's Pinocchio's misfortunes that teach him to be a better person, not anything that Jiminy said or did. Still, at least Pinocchio doesn't kill him like in the original book.
Look at yourself. Smoking. Playing pool. Ow! You were coming right home with me this minute.
Hey. Who's the beetle?
Hang on, put me down.
Number 6, Dee Reynolds. It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. The entire gang at Paddy's are awful at their jobs, in addition to being terrible people. But Sweet Dee branches out and tries other careers more often, which is why we chose her.
Well, I guess I could use this time to get my acting career off the ground.
And I fully support you.
You do?
Absolutely. Look, the old Dennis would have said, Dee, your sad little acting ship sailed a decade ago. It's pathetic.
She aspires to become an actress, or a stand-up comedian. However, her acting talent is negligible and she can't make it through a joke on stage without choking, figuratively and literally.
Jesus Christ!
I mean, am I right or am I right? Screw it.
Although nominally a waitress at the bar, Dee shows about as much interest in doing her actual job as any of the rest of the gang. So, none at all.
I made all the contacts. I pushed that little monkey out, and now I'm going to be claiming him as a dependent and getting tax breaks for the next 18 years. So you talk about a scheme? How's that for a long-term scheme, bitches?
Number 5, Will Schustster, Glee. Teachers in general are underpaid, but for what Mr. Shu's doing, he could use a pay cut. The counsellor to the eponymous Glee Club, Will Schustster, displays a lot of problematic behaviours you don't want in an educator.
I've never been more stoked or more serious. You guys should be serious too.
Don't touch me.
Mr. Shu frequently lands his students in situations that range from embarrassing to downright dangerous. He even blackmails one of them.
What I did then was the blackest moment of my life. You want to tell me how long you've had a drug problem?
I don't even know who the chronic lady is.
Will is also not the best at teaching either of his two subjects, Spanish and history. From cultural insensitivity to straight-up ignorance, the guy doesn't know his stuff. While we can't understand why they'd want to make him principal, we absolutely get Sue's ongoing animosity towards him.
You have befouled the profession of teaching by accepting not only 1, but 2 Teacher of the Year awards despite not speaking a word of the foreign language you purport to teach.
Number 4, Professor Albus Dumbledore, Harry Potter franchise. One's down, folks. Hear us out. As a wizard, Dumbledore is unmatched, but as a headmaster, absolutely terrible. It'd be difficult to come up with a more unsafe learning environment than Hogwarts if we tried.
No, the fault is mine. I knew it was only a matter of time before Voldemort made the connection between you.
Students are constantly put in mortal danger under his tenure. Several teachers he hires are either incompetent or outright hostile and discriminatory to students.
Sir, it's Quidditch tomorrow.
Then I suggest you take extra care, Mr. Potter. Loss of limb will not excuse you.
And that's not even going into all of the ways that he messes up with Harry specifically. He basically lies to the kid and weaponizes him against Voldemort. The fact that Dumbledore is still probably one of the better options available really says more about the state of the wizarding world than it does his qualifications.
You've kept him alive so that he can die at the proper moment. You've been raising him like a pig for slaughter. Don't tell me now that you've grown to care for the boy.
Number 3, James Bond, James Bond franchise. We did an entire video about why James Bond is a bad spy over on MsMojo, but we can give you the bullet points. When enlisting someone to be a secret agent, stealth is generally the order of the day. Yet, Bond seems to disregard this central requirement for the job at every turn. He causes massive destruction on just about every mission he goes on. He sleeps with any woman that moves, including enemy agents. Plus, Bond is always captured by the bad guys.
I made my own choices. You think you did?
But worst of all, he tells everyone his real name.
Mr.
Bond. James Bond.
Sure, Bond, James Bond, makes for a great catchphrase, but an alias generally helps you stay more covert. Number 2, Stormtroopers, Star Wars franchise. It can be a little difficult to take the Empire seriously as a threat when their soldiers are this inept.
Hey down there! Could you give us a hand with this?
They're constantly bamboozled or outwitted easily by the protagonists. Plus, the Emperor's supposedly elite troops are easy work for the Star Wars equivalent of living teddy bears armed with pointed sticks. And of course, the elephant in the room is that they have terrible aim. Sure, the heroes generally have plot armor to stop them from dying, but not even a graze? these bumbling bozos couldn't hit the broadside of a space barn. Before we unveil our top pick, here are a few honourable mentions. President Fitzgerald Fitz Thomas Grant III. Scandal. Who wouldn't want an adulterous murderer for a president?
I'll do it justice in my eulogy. Your legacy will remain untarnished. And so will mine.
Michael Hitchcock and Norm Scully. Brooklyn Nine-Nine. This detective duo should have retired years ago.
Not to brag, but Scully and I have a combined total of 14 arrests. Would have been 20, but we only got 14.
That's not enough arrests.
Well, no one asked you.
George Costanza. Seinfeld. He holds many jobs over the years, and he's bad at all of them.
I tell you, I gotta plead ignorance on this thing, because if anyone had said anything to me at all when I first started here that sort of thing was frowned upon, you know, because I've worked in a lot of offices, and I tell you, people do that all the time.
Santa Claus. Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. This Saint Nick deserves coal for his discrimination against Rudolph.
Great bouncing iceberg. Now, I'm sure it'll stop as soon as he grows up, Santa. Well, let's hope so if he wants to make the sleigh team someday.
Mayor Larry Vaughn. Jaws. Prioritizes profits over his constituents' lives.
It's a Carcharodon carcharius. It's a great white.
But you don't have the tooth. Look, we depend on the summer people here for our very lives.
You are not going to have a summer
unless you close those beaches, we're finished.
We're not only going to have to close the beach, we're going to have to hire somebody to kill the shark.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications.
Number 1. Homer Simpson. The Simpsons. Springfield's dumbest resident is also perhaps its worst worker. Homer J. Simpson has worn a lot of hats during his decades on screen. Astronaut, farmer, voice actor, smuggler, the list goes on and on. Although he has shown some surprising skill in some of his careers, he generally finds some way to screw things up and either quit or be fired.
This is my chance to show everyone how professional I am. Lenny, tell Mr. Burns I've gone home to work on the contest.
His most consistent job is at the Springfield nuclear power plant. Although nominally the plant's safety inspector, most of Homer's workday seems to consist of sleeping at his station.
There's a new guy at the plant. Maybe we ought to say hi to him.
I don't know. I'm kind of dizzy. I should probably go home sick.
The state of Springfield's mutated wildlife and the fact that Homer is frequently substituted by inanimate objects should tell you everything you need to know about how utterly incompetent the man is.
5 minutes before critical mass.
Critical what? Okay, don't panic. Whatever problem this is, I'm sure they know how to handle it. Huh? Ah! It's my problem! We're doomed!
Is there a fictional screen character you'd give their 2 weeks' notice? Don't be afraid to tell us your picks in the comments.
You're fired. Well, you didn't have to say it like that.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from MsMojo. And be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.